hate to be the bearer of bad news, but a lot of y'all women out there on y'all knees trying to pray to God for a man to come and protect you when you should be on your feet protecting yourself. Because what RuPaul say, if you can't love yourself, then how in the world is you going to love somebody else? And see, that's exactly why your miserable self still single. Want to talk about it?
Let's talk about it.
Shawty, come and swing my way. We ain't gotta waste no time now, baby. Put that ass all in my face. I just wanna bump and grind on you. On you, on you. Want you on this, so shawty, come and swing my way.
I want people to have fun. Let's kick back. Let's get into a little tea. Let's not get too crazy, but let's enjoy the sip.
What's going on, y'all? It's Santana, aka Chi, and we are back for another commentary video. Child, I almost cursed. Listen, y'all know the way that these monetization rules are set up in 2023. We trying to do something different and not curse as much, but we're gonna see how that works out. But yeah, girl, let's get into this topic, okay? If you can't tell by the thumbnail, if you can't tell by the title, Ciara is expecting yet another child. What's she on? Baby 5, baby 6, baby 8 at this point? Congratulations to her, most definitely. But you know, this wouldn't be a Sky Santana video if we were just going to come online and talk about her and, you know, congratulate her. Of course not. It's always a deeper meaning in everything. But before we get into all of that in the actual video, make sure that y'all go ahead and thumbs this up.
Red light, green light, red light, oh. Red light, green light, red light, oh. I don't do yellow, cause it's so mellow. If I don't say hello, you know from the get-go. Red light, green light, red light, oh. Red light, green light, red light, oh. I don't do yellow, cause it's so mellow. If I don't say hello, you know from the get-go.
Now listen. We all know about Ciara. We know about Ciara's past. We know that she used to be with Bow Wow, you know, a bunch of years ago. And like now on Twitter, like people are starting to like mention the fact that, and I mean, they've mentioned it several times, but I guess like now that Ciara's expecting another baby, you know, people are remembering the fact that Ciara and Bow Wow used to date way back when, what was that, like 2003, 05, somewhere around there, you know, when they did the whole song Like You or whatever. And people are like, yo, it's crazy how it's now 2023 and they dated, but now in 2023, their children are technically siblings, but obviously they're not together. I mean, that's a bit of a gag, but after Ciara was done with Bow Wow, she ended up moving on to Future, and she was with him for a little bit, and then eventually she got married to Russell Wilson. Now, her marriage with Russell Wilson, I mean, I don't know if y'all remember, I definitely do. It was something like a lot of people was calling Ciara corny. A lot of people was calling Ciara corny because back when she was with Future, first of all, a lot of people was like, why are you even with him? Okay, why are you even with him? Because all we knew of Ciara was her to be like this good girl, and then like it was kind of like her trying to do like a good girl going bad. And this is also around the time where, you know, she beefing with Rihanna. So it's like, are you trying to like really like show off and prove that you could have that edgy side to you as well? And even when she was dating Future, I felt a certain way. I remember feeling like, okay, Ciara, this is not you. This is not your type of dude. Like it caught me off guard as it did a lot of people. And it just did not make sense. So when they eventually separated, that made sense. And a lot of people would say like, okay, well, her being with Future, that kind of like elevated his career. Even though, I mean, I feel like he was popping on in his own right. Maybe it did elevate, maybe it didn't. Who knows? Okay. But eventually 2016 came around, and that is when Ciara ended up getting married to Russell Wilson. I can't believe it's already been like 7 years. What was that, like 7 years ago? 7 years ago that they have been married. And since, you know, it's been a lot of back and forth between, you know, her new husband and then her old baby daddy, and who was gonna, you know, raise baby Future, and whether or not he could call him father, and like all of this type of stuff, right? And then you have people that would give their commentary like, okay, well, Ciara is lame. Russell Wilson is even lamer. And then you had people like blaming Russell for coming in and destroying a happy home. don't know where y'all got that from, but destroying a happy home and him coming in and just kind of messing up a good thing, right? Like that's the narrative that Future wanted to put out there, was that Russell Wilson came in and basically took his spot as the father, took his spot as, you know, the head of the family, just took his spot, period. And Future then went on to basically spread these lies or more so accusations that, yeah, Russell was a lame and that Russell was a square for basically doing the right thing and that he was corny, right? That became the narrative. Like, good guys are corny. We all want a thug. We all want the bad boys, this, that, and a third, right? So now we get to this point in 2023 where even after people tried to say that Ciara and Future would not Ciara and Russell would not last, and that, you know, Russell was only doing like the good guy act just to secure her and just to be petty, you know, to take another man's children and this, that, and the third. Here we are now in 2023, and as you would have it, Ciara is now pregnant. Okay, they are now expecting another child. Okay, this comes from the Shade Room. It says, yes, congratulations to the Wilsons who just revealed that their family is growing. You look at me like that again, we make another kid. You my heart, I'm your rib. That's what Ciara said in her latest song, right? And Dangerous Russ Wilson replied, that's just how we roll. You know, camera footage, daddy. Now, it doesn't say anywhere. Let me see. What baby are they on? But I wanna say that this is like baby number 3 or baby number 4. Maybe like their third baby together, but like her 4th child overall. Let me see. Ciara has many. How many kids she got with Russell? Okay, so 3 children together, including one little one on the way. Okay, so already Ciara has 2 kids with Russell, okay, and then 1 with Future, obviously, and then they have 1 more, right? And then if we get into the comments, I'm sure that somewhere, somebody is probably still talking about Ciara's prayer, okay? Because if you remember, that was like a huge thing about Ciara. Like, it's almost like Ciara's prayer became bigger than her career, because wasn't nobody really focused on the music. Everybody was focused on, okay, how did Ciara go from having this toxic baby daddy to now she got this man that's like the man of her dreams, and oh my God, he's like the perfect father and a perfect husband, and yada 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 yada. And it was even to the point where K. Michelle wrote a song called Ciara's Prayer, right? Because a lot of people were really truly feeling it. Like, how did Ciara get this whole Cinderella ending, but yet the rest of us out here still struggling and still trying to find the right man, right? Because leave it to y'all say every man out here is either gay or dead or in jail. But really, a lot of them be right in front of your face. But again, y'all take the Future approach and then you call them corny. You say that they're lame and this, that, and the third. And so that's really where this video comes into play. Because if we go through the comments, let's see. You got Sasha that's saying, if I had a good man like Russell, I'd have all his babies too. I mean, why not? Y'all married. He's rich. He ain't never been in the media for no BS. Clearly loves and respects her. Future writing another diss track as we speak. He asked for one more, so I knew it was coming eventually. How can you tell an amazing guy like him no? But these comments are very different than how it was before. And mind you, this is a Shade Room, because this is a Shade Room. So if motherfuckers was going to go off, they would be going off in these comments. I'm trying to find something, because since when everybody and their mama happy for Ciara? Since when? That must be some new developments that started occurring lately, because last time I checked, a lot of people agreed and thought that he was corny. But I guess once you have 2-3 babies with a nigga, it's like at that point, well, maybe he really does love her. Maybe they really are together. Maybe it really is ... right? And so when it comes to women, right? More so specifically Black community, because I mean, this is a Black platform. Y'all are told, and I say y'all because I don't subscribe to this bullshit, but y'all tell each other, or y'all are told from older generations, like, oh, it's cheaper to keep her. Oh, you know, that's a good man, Savannah. You know, if if a man gonna cheat, then let him cheat in peace. You know, if you know he out there cheating, don't say nothing, because you just gonna mess up a good thing. You know, as long as he provide, and then, like, y'all are told and tell each other all of these toxic things, right? And then when you add that to the whole, I don't want to date a lame. I don't want to date somebody corny. I want somebody edgy. I want a street nigga. I want a bad boy. I want a thug. It's like you got to be accountable for all of that, right? Because you can't say that you want all of these things that align with love and positivity and God and just the good life, but then go and chase the complete opposite of that. Like that literally makes no sense. I want the good life with a bad boy. That literally makes no sense. And it's like, it's total polar opposites. You want the good life, but yet you want it to come from a bad man or a man that's doing bad things. And I've always felt like, okay, well, if this is how this person is out in the world, then I mean, it's no secret. It's no surprise that they probably going to treat and deal with me just, accordingly, right? Because if you out in the streets terrorizing and being a fucking domestic terrorist, then how you going to be with me in relation to me, right? It's the same way like when you go on a date and you observe how somebody's treating the waiter, how they're treating the staff, how they're treating the people around them. Like, it's like eventually at some point, that disrespect is going to have to come back towards you, right? It's the same exact thing. And so a lot of people would sit and ask like, okay, what is Ciara's prayer? What is her prayer? Like, what did she do to lock down this man? Like, how can I get that? How can I be just like that? And honestly and truly, the truth of the matter is a lot of y'all not going to have that. A lot of y'all not going to have that. And it just is what it is, right? And, I come from the whole, spiritual, deeper perspective, deeper side of life, deeper meanings of things and shit like that. So I say it all the time. Like, you can only manifest with your karma. Like, you can't just think your way into a mansion. You either destined for it or you're not. And the universe is going to provide you with certain tools and assets and things along the way that's going to lead you to that. But it's either a part of your karma or it's not. And which is another thing that I bring up as well, because a lot of people seem to think that karma is a punishment system, and karma is neither good or bad. It's more so of like what you put in is what you get out. And it's more of like a give and take, but it's part of the course of life of what you were always going to have regardless, right? There's free will and then there's God will, right? God's will is like, okay, this is the map of your life. This is what's destined for you. But that free will determines when you get there, how you get there, how long it takes you to get there, if there's any delays and things like that. So Ciara was always destined to be with Russell. That's just the point blank in the period. She was always destined to be with the Russell. The reason why Ciara was able to get to Russell quicker, because she did the one thing that a lot of people are afraid to do, which is the work. Because a lot of people seem to think that it was literally just a simple prayer that Ciara did. Like, it's crazy how many people hear that Ciara prayed for a good man and then just assume that it was just a prayer that sent up. Like, I mean, like, prayer is powerful. The mouth is powerful. The tongue, word, all of that is very, very powerful. But like, it takes more than getting on your knees and saying a couple of words and affirmations to change your whole life like that. Like, it doesn't work just like that. And that's the part that I feel like a lot of people has missed when it's come to this whole discussion about Ciara and Russell and how her life has done a completely 360. Because we're not going to act like Future doesn't have like 12 kids and like 8 different baby mamas. Like, we're not going to act like, right? Ciara easily was one of them, is one of them. And had she stayed with this man and done the whole protect black woman as a black woman, I'm the most disrespected, but at the same time I wear my pain as a badge of honor because it uplifts me in the world and makes me feel valuable. Like, had she done that whole thing that women are still doing nowadays, she would have become just another number, just another statistic. But Ciara saw what the fuck was going on, right? And I'm sure even in the midst of her dealing with the toxicity from Future, I'm sure that Ciara probably sat down, and that's probably when she made that prayer to God, and God was probably like, well, bitch, you're gonna have to change a couple of things. Like, I'm not sending no good nigga in and you still fucking up like this. Like, no, look at who you dealing with. Like, you gotta clean some shit up first, right? Because that's usually how it is. It's not like you pray for something or you try to manifest something and then it comes. I mean, well, for some people, but with the most part, it's like you pray, you have these conversations, whatever, and then the universe shows you what to do, right? God tells you, shows you what to do. And it's a journey, it's a process, right? That you have to go through. And that's what Ciara did. But that's far more than what a lot of women, especially black women, are willing to do. And I can say that because look at where we are in 2023. There's a lack of accountability, lack of self-awareness across the board. Every platform that we watch is mostly ran by women. You know, I know a lot of people were going up, you know, the last 2 years about, oh, we got to abolish microphones and podcasts because of the Kevin Samuels of the world, the Joe Buttons. Oh my God, men in their platforms. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But since I was born, women been talking since the beginning of time. If it wasn't in the beauty shops and the nail salons, then it was hell in the magazines, on the radio stations, talk shows, right? Then it was the Basketball Wives, the Love and Hip Hops. All of these reality shows are centered around women and their experiences with men. If you really honestly sit down and break it down, right? We call it the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but yet we hardly see the men. We call it Love and Hip Hop, but yet it's all about like the women and their struggles when it comes to dating and dating men in the music. Like it's like all of this is centered around black women and their trauma and their pain and about how nigga ain't shit. Ciara's prayer is not going to work for somebody that's like that, that's moving like that, which is what makes Ciara different, right? And that's probably why, I mean, aside from the fact that she's the most famous, but that's probably why we hear the most about Ciara and Russell, and we've seen what the prayer has done for Ciara versus Future's other baby mamas. Because I don't know what the rest of them are doing. I don't. But I know that they ain't doing the work like Ciara. I know that. And so that's really all that it is when it comes down to it. It's like if you, and it's not even about just a man or a relationship. It's really with anything in life. Like life is complicated and it's hard and you're going to go through what the fuck you go through. But like really, like I always say, you got to get on your shit before shit gets on you. Life is always going to point you in the right direction. Like the universe is always going to send you signs and signal to you what it is that you should be doing. But it's whether or not you're paying attention or whether or not you're ready to pay attention or ready to wake up, ready to take accountability. And that's a hard thing for people. Again, we live in a society now where it's just trendy to automatically yell out, protect black women. Black women are most disrespected. Instead of like just looking at the situation and literally taking accountability. We still got people defending Carly Russell, who was a complete fucking bird, for going missing and pulling a whole heist just to get the attention of a man over some dick. Like, and you still have people saying, oh, but she's so educated and he's an educated black man. And I understand that. No. It's not about a relationship. It's not about any of that, really. It's just the way that you need to move in life, period. Is just making sure that you're constantly doing the work. Making sure that you're taking accountability and you are paying attention when the universe is trying to guide you to a better life. And that's literally all that it was with Ciara and its quote unquote prayer. That's really all that it was. The universe gave her an opportunity, gave her some sort of foresight. And I wouldn't even hold you. I'm almost willing to bet that Ciara has some sort of vision. Like, I'm sure she probably has some sort of dream or something. Like it was something like pivotal that woke her up, right? Because you are only sick and tired when you're done with being sick and tired. And I guess that's another question I can ask: when y'all bitches gonna be done getting sick and tired? Because it's just like y'all be sick and tired claiming that you're sick and tired, but just still be complaining and dealing with the same shit. And so something must have happened that was to the point where she realized, okay, I need to make a change. I don't want to continue being like everybody else. I don't want to be a statistic. I don't want to just be a number. Maybe it was a generational curse, you know, that she was breaking from her family because of what she saw with her parents. So like it was something. But she got to that point and she followed the instructions. And so until people can get like that and reach their breaking point, and get to a point where they start acknowledging that spirit exists, that God exists, and that the universe is on your side, okay? And that life is here to help you, okay? And not just put you through shit, then that prayer ain't gonna work for a lot of people. But I mean, it is what it is. Definitely let me know what y'all thought about this down in the comment box below. I mean, you know, congrats to her for having another baby, but I mean, she gotta work on pussy, right? That's what she's supposed to do, quote unquote. according to y'all, real women. But we're not gonna bring up that conversation from 2 weeks ago. But definitely let me know what y'all thought about this situation down in the comment box below, as if I give a fuck. And make sure that you stream my music as if you give a fuck. And I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Bye. Love you on HG Audio. Bye.